We've been working on Corvettes probably since 1978. We were at another location and we moved here approximately 21 years ago. Yeah, the C3 was, when it first came out, it was a huge, big body change from the mid-year Corvettes, the 63 to 67s. Since they've been around for a long time, and there's so many of them out there, that they're really a bargain, those cars. And they're so versatile. We do things like rack and pinion steering in them, 5-speed manual transmission, so that's a big, big plus on those cars, or 4-speed automatics in the automatic cars. Certainly coilovers are a huge improvement on the vehicle. They're right now, it's a time to get into them because of the fact that they're just so economically priced. When they first came out, they were just awesome with the independent rear suspension, 4-wheel disc brake, but you don't have to do a lot for them to bring them up to today's standards.
When this car was brand new, it certainly looked cool, but it had a smog motor, a small block Chevy that made about 225 horsepower on a good day. So some modification to make them faster is always necessary. But we're not going to worry about the engine. We're going to work on the suspension. And the first job that most C3 Corvettes need is to have the rear wheel bearings changed out. Naturally, it's got to be a clean area, and you need some specialty tools to get this done. Luckily, Brian at Stingray and his guys have done this hundreds of times. It's not a job you want to do for yourself, but Brian can take care of it for you for way less than $1,000. Lots of grease is always important when you're dealing with wheel bearings. Remember, you're going to expect this grease to last for over 30 years in ideal circumstances. Watching this process was entertaining and very informative. Again, I don't know why Zora Duntov designed this thing this way, but you can't argue with the fact that it's lasted for a long time. Putting back together the brakes reminds us that Corvettes are always cool for having 4-wheel disc brakes. It's definitely the first North American production car with 4-wheel disc brakes. This is what our coilover kit looks like, and there is some modification that needs to be done to get the job done. Again, this is something that you probably want to hire a qualified mechanic to do because the steps are rather complicated. As you can see, we're using a big jack stand to compress that lower control arm and put that coil spring up into the front suspension. Rear suspension gets just a little simpler. Once you get that rear leaf spring out, this kit is meant to bolt right on. The pivot points on this suspension are easily bolted into the hardware that comes with the kit, and of course it comes with grade 9 bolts as well. Brian's guys at Stingray are experts, and it didn't take them long to get this thing done. We couldn't wait to take it to the track. And at Toronto Motorsports Park, we literally beat the hell out of this thing for a tank of gas, and it stood up very, very well. Thanks to Brian at Stingray for taking a C3 Corvette and making it something special.